with that double expand. Need to see some banelings, though. There are a very, very high marine numbers at the moment, and the banelings are going to be more or less essential to take care of those. Coming in with the mutas again.
And going after add-ons, going to get that reactor, which is always a good choice with mutas in the base. If you can't get to the worker line, picking off reactors and tech labs because they take so long to build will definitely help slow down the Terran's production. That is a lot of marines, holy cow.
Yeah, he's been going pretty all out. They are, after all, free, so why not?
You might even get the barracks there, too. DiabloThree needs to get over there and repair that, or it's going to burn down. Wow.
Not much going on, just consolidating by the Zerg player, IDIOTEQUE. He's doing well with 4 expansions in his main. Just gonna outproduce Diablo, it looks like.
He's getting his infestation pit as well. Maybe to build a few infestors to help deal with these marine numbers, but also hopefully to get to Hive, because Hive tech for Zerg is awesome. But he does seem to be a little bit under-droned. He's sitting on 69 workers on 5 bases, which is not a ton, but I mean, you can get out more units that way. It just makes the remax at the end maybe just a tad bit harder. And his muta count is getting pretty high as well. It's 30 mutas on the field right now.
Ooh, we do have a big push out in the middle from DiabloThree. Oh no! Getting a surround on those marines before the
Mutalisk's coming from the top.
Yeah, I think the Zerg player might just have a little too much here. They're just going to clean this up pretty handily.
Yeah,
Medevacs, tanks, everything.
Marine numbers be damned. A good number of mutas survived after that without really any difficulty. Oh god, but huge marine numbers still coming out of the base for Diablo. He will avoid death for a little longer.
IDIOTEQUE really needs to start getting some banelings out if he's going to deal with these marine numbers. He still hasn't really...
There we go. Oh, come on, make more. Only 13?
Perhaps he wanted to save some for the surround while they're still weak.
Yeah, and only 2 tanks out at this point as well, so those banelings... 3 tanks, only 1 sieged.
And he's taking out the rocks to the 3rd here. IDIOTEQUE is. He sees with his overlords here that DiabloThree is going to try and get a command center over there. So you can always just run in and deny the 3rd really easily. He's looking to be in really great shape and just going for it here.
Oh, banelings!
Right down the middle. Banelings taking Marines and the GG by DiabloThree.
Wow.
Oh,
good
my
match.
Goodness. That was painful to watch. But really, as soon as DiabloThree was so far ahead at the beginning of the game by losing all those workers, it was a very, very long road back.
You got to give the man credit for coming back as well as he did, continuing to apply the pressure even though he was so far behind. It was good play by him.
Definitely. I think the fact that the Terran player wasn't able to get his 3rd up there, and also he lost his army a couple of times, didn't bode so well, especially after that initial us workers.
Indeed, because, the denial of that expansion, definitely.
Yeah. And if he loses his army, the Zerg player knows that he's free to just build drones and take a bunch of bases, and that's exactly what IDIOTEQUE did there. It was a good play by him.
So it looks like the next map is going to be Zelnaga Watchtowers. So
I'm pulling everyone into the game right now. There are just so many people to keep track of. Game, Marnius, okay, there you are. You are in the channel. So I'm not playing. God knows I would lose to these people quite handily.
I would as well, as being a mid-bronze player. It's not pretty Trounly early, or Trouns pretty soundly in the beginning of this tournament. So, but it's been an awesome tournament to watch so far, and glad to be a part of this.
Yeah, Marnius, how come you haven't been playing in the Gold King of the Hills that we do on Tuesdays?
I actually just discovered all this today. I
really?
saw it at the last minute, and 15 minutes before registration closed, I hopped in.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
So, I'm glad to find this. It's really cool stuff. I'm glad to be a part.
Yeah, I organize and run the Bronze King of the Hill, so you will have the honor, if you can sign up and play in it, of being casted by my wonderful self. So
excellent.
All right, I'll run through intros real quick here. Up in the right, we do have DiabloThree. Had some pretty serious economic damage done to him at the beginning of the last game that I don't think he entirely ever recovered from. And just a big, scary sort of macro Zerg style coming out of his opponent that was a little too much for him. But down here in the bottom left, we do have IDIOTEQUE showing strong decision-making, good timings, and very good micro and defense out of him. So hopefully we'll see some more of the same look and play. It was a pretty exciting game last time.
Indeed it was. As I said it before, IDIOTEQUE had a lot of pressure, but DiabloThree, even being behind, putting all the pressure on as often as he could, helped him stay in the game a little bit longer. Made it a really enjoyable match.
Definitely. And that's sort of interesting supply depot placement here from DiabloThree. I don't think I've ever seen anybody build their first depot right in the middle of the ramp there. Maybe he's just going to wall up on the side of the second one?
Yeah, he's gonna go 2 racks. I knew that's exactly what he was thinking of as soon as he picked this map, because it's absurdly strong. Or maybe he's not, actually. He missed the timing. No, he's continuing to plug along with workers, so maybe not. If he is going 2 racks, this is a slow 2 racks. Generally see the barracks on 11 and 12, but nope, there it is.
There it is.
And
Looks like
certainly...
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, certainly this is what he was going to go for. I know that a lot of pro players don't like this map because they think the 2 racks against Zerg is a little too strong on it, but... You know, we'll see. We'll see.
One thing I will say about this map, as a Zerg player, and this is obviously very biased, the natural is really wide open. So like you said, bunkers can go up pretty much anywhere, and indeed, DiabloThree already has an SCV down at the natural, the spot for that. But the other thing is, what Terrans really like to do is, after opening either 2 racks or Hellion Expand and getting that expansion down, if Terran players can creep towards this gold base here, that's the 3rd, and then set up a forward position there with a planetary fortress and some tanks, it's really, really tough, at least in my experience, to try and break something like that, because tanks can really effectively control both of the ground paths through the middle of the map, and then Terran can just sort of push forward using that 3rd base at the gold as sort of a staging area. So this can be a tough map for ZVT, at least from the perspective of IDIOTEQUE here. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, now, interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure DiabloThree bluffed, because he, for one thing, he's continued to produce SCVs. He got an orbital, and has not actually gone out and done any sort of attack. So if that was a sort of metagame decision on his part, trying to trick IDIOTEQUE into thinking that he would be under a lot of pressure, it worked wonderfully, and I think he's just going to hold back and probably go for the expand off of this.
It's got a
And
few
there's the command center.
So
Yeah,
interesting
DiabloThree,
choice.
He's building a lot of Marines.
Yeah, just what I was gonna say, and looks like he's moving them out to go secure that expansion. Those Zerglings moving up, but they're not going to be able to handle that many Marines.
Oh, hopefully he needs to raise the
no.
supply. Oh, okay, he's got it. He's got it.
That was very close.
Yeah, but IDIOTEQUE now knows that there aren't any Marines behind this wall, so going to immediately move back to defend. Speed did just finish, which is
Looks
actually
like DiabloThree
very...
is moving up to go secure a bunker or 2. He's got 2 SCVs and a couple Marines moving up.
There are more Marines than Zerglings here, so even with Zergling speed,
Yeah.
getting us around is going to be tough here. And IDIOTEQUE here is droning. Yeah. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Picking
boy.
off Zerglings one by one. It's going to allow that bunker to come up, and a second bunker coming up by DiabloThree as well. This hatchery probably will go down if IDIOTEQUE can't get any more Zerglings out.
He has no larva right now. He's trying to build Zerglings, and yeah, that's DiabloThree forces the cancel on the hatch there. Wow.
It's the second bunker, and it's going to secure that expansion.
It's a really big deal, and now even DiabloThree throwing down the factory back at home has this bunker set up at the front, and IDIOTEQUE here, I mean, forced to build the Baneling Nest. What else do you really do against this?
And a spine crawler.
Yeah, this is actually looking really scary at the moment for IDIOTEQUE. He is now moving out with these Zerglings, maybe going to try a miniature bust, but there's still a bunch of Marines here at the back. Another barracks going down. Now 2 orbitals and everything, so... Wow.
I think if DiabloThree wants to be absolutely safe here, he might want to just throw down a bunker here right behind his wall, and to just make absolutely sure that he's not going to die to the Baneling bust, because he's done so much economic damage to
bunker
the
is
Zerg.
going down at the expansion. Zergling's surrounding it. It is going to go down. The Queen's there to support. And Idiotic will get his hatchery out.
Yeah, you have to wonder at what cost. I mean, he's at the stage where it's almost 8 minutes into the game and he is way behind on food. Way behind, which is not a spot any Zerg wants to be in. And now DiabloThree is throwing down bunkers at the front. They should be timed all right. They do take a while to build, so we will be seeing some Banelings morphed in.
Yep.
And oh god, the Banelings are actually going to have a really narrow timing to run up here and bust this ramp before the bunkers get loaded up.
It's going to be very close, that's for sure.
Banelings are done.
And just bunkers come up, and that's for that timing push right there.
Oh, there's a Marine out front of the supply depot that's going to soak up a bunch of Baneling hits as well. Barely even gets the split down.
More Zerg pushing in, but not much that Idiotic can do. He's going to go back and arrest some workers, and that's about it.
That was pretty decisively crushed there. He didn't even lose an SCV.
The bunker is burning, but now Stim is almost done. Siege mode just finished. And Idiotic just got up the second base. That is a nerve-wracking position to be in a Zerg down 10 workers at this point in the game. Needless to say, he cannot feel comfortable at all at the moment. And now DiabloThree moving out and taking this expand.
DiabloThree here is sitting on 18 Marines and 1 tank, and the Zerg has literally 0 army presence out on the map. And if DiabloThree waits for, what looks like his second tank is just finished, if he waits for maybe a third siege tank, which is usually the magic number, and just pushes, I think there's very little that Idiotic can do about it.
Interestingly enough, this is probably why a lot of Terrans don't place their buildings like this, is because now the siege tanks are stuck in there without lifting up the barracks. So he's going to have to do something about that, and should probably just reposition the one without an add-on. Oh, and even going for Banshees and Banshee Cloak. Oh my god, that's a slap in the face.
No. Oh no.
Oh, that hurts.
Idiotic does have a lair, but he's got a lot of tech and not a lot of drones. A few extras finishing right now, but he's sitting on 33 drones versus 37 SCVs and 3 mules, so he's way behind on income. And there's the third tank from DiabloThree, and there he goes. Even bringing a couple of SCVs with him, maybe to repair, maybe to build some turrets. Maybe because he just boxed his army in 1-8, I'm not sure.
I've never known a Terran player to do that, so that certainly cannot be the case.
Where's that Banshee? Oh, there's the Banshee. It's moving down with the army, and Cloak here is a little ways away from finishing, maybe 30 seconds.
Bunch of Zerglings in production at the moment, some Banelings even being made, but as soon as these tanks get sieged, slow Banes especially are not going to be that big of a deal.
Oh, and especially with a Banshee there, doing so much damage to those spines. I think Idiotic is just going to lose this natural expansion hatchery before he can really do anything about this.
No, the tanks aren't sieged!
Oh no!
Ah, no, not like this!
Not much make... Oh, one group is down, but the siege
all
tank...
the tanks are still alive. The Banshee is still alive. I think that's probably GG.
That's GG.
Not even GG, just G.
It was a game.
And wow, really excellent comeback or swing around there by DiabloThree. Really cool sort of a bunker rush. Pulling that off. I gotta say I approve.
That was really well played. That 2-racks hit, I think, at a slightly unusual timing. And Idiotic, if he scouted the 2-racks, was probably expecting it a bit earlier. When it didn't come, he might have relaxed and built some drones. And that's exactly when DiabloThree pushed. So, well done.
Yeah, very interesting decision there. And I gotta say, I mean, I like it. It paid off heavily for him. Ooh, crevasse, nice. All right, I will get this set up. You all should offer your thoughts.
Well, I don't actually know the maps very well as a bronze player. I'm still learning everything, but I'll hand this one over to my other co-caster.
I'm going to speculate here too, because I don't think I've played more than 1 or 2 games on Crevasse, but Muta abuse is really good on that map because if you have good muta control, which